should say parents' choice. Really cool stuff. But here's what I like. I thought I'm not getting this because I have a pet, because I don't have a pet. But it's this part right here that got my attention. Instant acting liquid to solid, right? So it takes something that's water, that's a liquid, and it's gonna change it. So let me get something to pour on the floor. All right, so I didn't want to just do any old thing. I'm actually gonna spill some oil, because that's what kind of upset me one day. I was like, dang, trying to get this oil up. It took forever to try to clean it up or whatever. So there we go. I've got an oil spill. Oh, dang it. On my beautiful hardwood floors, right? And so let's say the kids ran across it too. I don't have kids that are that young anymore. They're all grown. But as you can see, that's definitely oily, right? Okay, let me open the box right quick. And take this little piece off. And then I'm going to put my cap thing back on here. And I could see something happening already. But I thought about people who have pets, or have kids who run around spilling stuff. And so I'm hitting it up just like back in the day when I was in the Air Force. I remember working in the flight line and working in certain places. There's a little bit right there. So, and when we had a situation, it was called biohazard spill. So I'm thinking that, they're using the same technology. It's just that this is biodegradable and safe for the environment. You can see that right there, right? And, this is based on a company called Novetica. It's a new pet product company that I invested in. And, I think you guys have seen my post where I'm saying, hey, I'm gonna go and invest in this company because I'm creating what's called multiple streams of income. And so this was a regular olive oil from Wegmans. And I'm gonna give it the old 1-2, giving it some time. It looks kind of like something's happening. I don't know all of what's going on yet, but I gotta let it do what it do. It's supposed to be about 30 seconds. What does it say? 60 seconds, sorry. It says used for bodily fluids, waste from animals, humans, instant acting, hard surfaces, carpeting. Surface may be slippery after wet, but apply, spill, wait until it gels, sweep it up and dispose of it properly. That's what it's telling me I'm supposed to do. And it's made in America, right? Make it some biodegradable. So it's been almost a minute, a little bit over, I think, right? So, now let's talk about wet. But I will say, so far, I might need to leave it down there a little bit. It's working for some parts. I just might need more, because I still see some oil under there. But I do see that it's also taking care of business for a lot of it. So I'm gonna give it some more time. I actually think that it needed a little bit more than water would need. So I just really wanted to give this thing a real serious test, because it didn't, people say all kind of cool stuff about their products. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Do I have to use a whole bottle to wipe up one thing? Will it even work? So anyway, you guys know I'm a pretty honest guy on this kind of stuff. Trying to just make sure that I don't tell people things that don't really exist. You can put any kind of liquid and watch it work. I'm putting my money on the line, and I'm going to tell people this, and then they're going to use something. And okay, so 7 seconds. So I'm going to give it another minute or two. I'm going to let it, hang out for a little while, because it did good, but not as great as they say. Not yet, anyway. And this is the thing. People want to tell you what to do based on, a glass of water, which that's pretty cool. Most people don't want it for a glass of water. They want it on a real spill, on their carpet, their hardwood floor, or what have you. And so, as you can see, it has turned into a solid in a lot of cases. Get close down to it so you can see. Looks like President Kennedy. You can see stuff and everything, right? Look at that. That looks like a nose and mouth. Can you guys see that? I do. I guess it's just my brain, how it works. I see cool stuff. Right? So I'm letting it hang out. And I think, let me see on here, does it say more than a minute? Again, it's biodegradable, instant action. It doesn't say how long. But it says pet urine, bodily fluids, liquid spills. Now, it does say water-based on here, so I think they need to be very clear about that. Food spills, human body fluids, vomit, excrements, incontinency, accidents, like if you got parents at home and they have incontinence situations, and they use this in hospitals, homes, nursing homes, daycare centers, schools, school buses, laboratories, restaurants, taverns. So these are all the places you can think about using it. So again, it says water-based, right? And so I use oil-based because, I'm pushing it to the limit just to see what this deal is going to be like. And so that's a few more seconds. But let me go real quick and get. All right, so it's been more than a minute because this is not water-based, right? It's oil. And so I pushed it to the limit just to see how well this works. This wet away works. And what I can tell you is, although it's not made for oil, I think it did a fairly good job in reference to the little spill that I had there. Especially for something, oh shoot, you guys didn't see that. For something that's not water base. It's oil base. But I got a thought, and I'm gonna push this to the side because as you can see, it's still a little bit of oil down there. So I'm gonna have to use the good old standards, right? But I'm gonna let that sit there for a second. And I'm gonna go and get some water. All right, so now I got some hot water, warm water, and you'll probably see that it's not gonna do good on the fact that it's oil, right? It's like, I don't work well with oil, right? I really don't. And it's struggling. It's like, yo, this is not what I do. I don't do that good. But let's say you spill some water. And now, you know, you came back with your wet away here. And of course I'm doing demonstrations, so this ain't like a regular old thing. It's like I'm just sprinkling some out here with the intent to see in the next 60 seconds what happens with this, right? And I gotta clean off my brush while I wait 60 seconds here. I'll just prop that up right there so you can see. You guys see part of my studio, office studio thing. Over here. So I think that's about 30-60 seconds open. And I'm gonna go ahead and clear that water up. And I wanted to see if it made a difference on the spot. And I think it has. I mean, truthfully, I'm satisfied with what happened here. So, as you can see, I'm gonna just move this over just a little bit more so you can see the original spot and what happened with the wet away. Right? Spilled the water, and it actually assisted a little bit more, but all the water is definitely up on my hardwood floor. And I'm gonna get this off of there, clean this up real quick. But this is wet away, y'all. If you have some kids, and actually I got a little sheen right there, that's all. I'm gonna pour just a little bit more on there just because, you know, I'm doing this experiment. And you guys gonna see it real time. No hanky panky here. Just, you know, hey, some wet away. It's like, what did you do? Oh, come here, baby. Let's pick this up real quick. You hang out with your little one. You could have a science opportunity with them spilling their juice. Or of course, if you have the little new pet who just started pissing all over the place, you just walk around and you can wipe that up. It hasn't even been 60 seconds, right? But I'm gonna give it a good, 30 seconds, 40 seconds, somewhere in there. And I didn't mind wasting this much because it's not really a waste. I was doing a real demo. I don't want to put stuff in the cup and tell people, oh, this stuff is amazing, and it's water in a cup. I want a real spill on a real floor so you guys can take a look at that. All right, so if you're interested in owning your own online pet store with products like this, Wetaway is the #1 product for the pet store. And that's why I chose it, because I figured that this right here, if I could sell 2,000 bottles a year of this at $29 a bottle, somewhere in there, $30 a bottle, with my profit, etc., I can make enough to pay off my car with no problem, and it don't have to come out of my paycheck. And that's how I'm building my businesses. I'm looking at, what do I want? I want financial freedom. What do I need that can finance and clear that finance situation up? And I said, okay, if I had something like this, right? The Vedica Wetaway. And I'm gonna put that right there so you guys can see. If I had that and I sold them, and maybe you bought one just to have for your pet or your kids, or just to have around the house for when you know, spill some stuff. I think this thing was what, yeah, 30 bucks. Real cool. All right, so this is Dwayne-Ross, D-Ross on Dwayne-Ross.com. Also, you guys seen it here, Nevedica. I'm actually, you know, doing this really cool thing. And as you can see, most of the oil is actually gone. There's a little sheen, which is something I'll just come back and, you know, do. But I did that with the Wetaway. I didn't pick up one. Oh, that's from my cup I just had.